We're sitting here warming up actually in the middle of the runway. It's a little quieter down here, I think, for the neighbors, so I try to stay down here. Okay, while I warm up. Seatbelts are fastened, canopies latched 3 ways. Taxi light, I don't need it quite yet. I will shortly. I set the altimeter at 3012 morning. Electrical check, I haven't done that yet. Battery 1 off. Pump 1 off. Back on. Battery 2 off. Pump 2 off. Back on. Both batteries off. Back on. Alternator off. And back on. All that's working good. Waiting for the coolant temperature. We're at 133. We got to get to 160 for takeoff. Flight controls are checked. Flaps I already set to 10 degrees. Trim to neutral. Transponder will go to altitude once we're ready to go here. Checklist is in progress, and we're still on the before takeoff checklist. Once I get down to the end here, once I get the temperature. Alright, today's test. Well, today we're going to go to take off from here. The plan is to go over to Warren Skeets to do a landing over there. I'll back taxi, do a takeoff, and then over to Portage to meet Mike. Mike's going to fly today, and we're going to take off from Portage and fly down to Carrollton, get some breakfast, and then from Carrollton fly back to here. I might fly back to Portage with Mike and then back to here, just for fun, depending how time goes. I have someplace to be at noon or thereabouts, so I'll get back long before that. It's 7:24 right now. I'm hoping to get off by 7:30ish. And that's it. And today's test really is, I don't know if you can see on the video, but I have some rock salt passenger weight here. I've got 120 pounds of rock salt sitting in the passenger seat. I got 15 gallons of fuel on board. And if you do all the numbers and everything, work everything out, I got some baggage weight back here too. Coming out right at maximum gross weight. And that's kind of the test today. Is yesterday I took off about 25 pounds below gross weight. I got out of here okay yesterday morning. This morning I'm going at gross weight. I might even be just a couple of pounds, a few pounds over, maybe 11 pounds I think is what I figured out, over gross weight with the fuel I have. So it's going to be really important when I get down there to the end, when I hit the power, I need to get the response that I'm used to, or something thereabouts. Nose wheel's got to come off fairly quickly. I got to start tickling the ground at about 45 or so, where the main gears start to come off. And by 55, I need to be full on flying and, start my climb out. And it's a possibility I may have to go slightly. I usually take off and go left over the trees down here. I may have to go slightly right. It gives me a little bit more length, a little more distance as far as climb out goes. If I'm climbing really, really slow. We'll see. So just something to keep in mind. Let's see here. We've got traffic going there. Alright, there we go. Alright, let me check and see if I don't see any. I see a couple TFRs, but they won't affect me. Down there by Akron's Aerospace. Nothing along my route. There we go. Alright, we're at 152. I'm going to taxi down to the end and we're going to go. Okay, there's nothing in the way of my controls as far as this passenger weight I have in here. Not only am I heavier than I've been flying the airplane, I'm also a little bit more aft in the CG than I normally would be. Alright, I don't see any traffic. Temperature 159, 60. Transponder's on. I got my landing light on. All right, here we go. Nose gear response is good. 40, 38, 39, 43. I'm airborne. 62, 66, 69. Accelerating, climbing. Flaps are coming up. I'm going to go ahead and turn my horsepower to get to maintain altitude, to get to my flap speed, which is 80 miles an hour. There's 80. First flap's coming in. Let the nose fall over just a little bit. Roll base, turn base. Portage area traffic experimental 601 Kilo Tango turning left base, runway 27 Portage. A little more flaps. And coming down nicely on base. Portage area traffic experimental 601 Kilo Tango turning final runway 27 Portage. Still don't see Mike over. Still don't see Mike over there. It's 7:52. He's on the clock. Let's put the final flaps down. Temperatures are all good. A little bit of wind out of the north, I think. A little crosswind. I'm going to slow down here to 65-ish. 65 to 70, 68, there it is. I'm a little high, so I can 66, 67. Well, you don't want to put the nose over much, you'll sink like a rock. 66. 6. Nice, that was fun. Oh, there's Mike, he is here.
Good landing.
I'll take it. I hope they can see Mike real well on the camera. This is kind of cool. I know the sun's really tough right now, but I'm going to go around the pattern once with him.
Portage County experimental 53. Mike number is taken active on 27. We'll stay in the pattern and do a touch and go.
Well, I'm glad I did touch and goes yesterday. All right, canopies latched, seatbelts are on, batteries have checked, the fuel pumps are on, coolant temperature is higher than 160, flight controls are checked, the flaps are 10, and we'll get the RPM. And Portage area traffic experimental 601 Kilo Tango's taking 27 for departure. I'll be in the pattern one time around also for touch and go. Here we go. A little different here. I don't have to get the nose wheel up quite so quick because it's paved, so it's just so much nicer, and I can get the
Portage County experimental 53. Mike November is on downwind for 27. We'll touch and go.
Portage traffic experimental 601 Kilo Tango left base 27 Portage.
County experimental 53. Mike November is stopping momentarily.
And Portage area traffic experimental 601 Seatbelts are on, batteries are on, fuel pump's on, coolant temperature's good, flight controls checked, flaps are 10. And we'll go RPM here momentarily. At Portage area traffic, experimental 601 Kilo Tango, take a 27 for departure. I'll be departing to the south also, Portage. And away we go. Try to keep him in sight. No turns to the right without letting me know. I'm right on your right wing.
Roger.
Somewhere better than 100, about a 105 I think you're doing right now.
Yeah, I'm doing about 103 at 5,200 RPM.
Yep.
Maybe about 105. I can't seem to get my KTSO to work.
Okay, I'll come around to your right. You're right on a line as if we drew a line to it. You're right on it. Coming around your right.
Got my attention.
That was 120. And Carroll County experimental 601 Kilo Tango, turning left downwind, runway 25, Carroll County.
Experimental 53 Mike November, turning downwind behind the 601. Carroll County. Carroll County traffic report, remember, turning final through runway 25, Carroll County.
All right, that's it. We're on the ground here at Carroll County. We're going to stop and get some breakfast.
Midfield crosswind for 25, Carroll County.
Bases are at 4,000. To get in the clouds, it gets too bumpy. Sure is nice and cool up here though. now for the landing, getting ready to turn final here. Hey Mike, I'll just wait down here at the west end.
You got plenty of time to back taxi.
Yeah, but I'll be in your way down there.
I'll stay